Tonight we're talking about elapsed time. So make sure you have your pencil and your journal out or whatever it is that you're going to be taking your notes on, and you're going to work some problems with me. Let's get started. All right. We're going to try to find the elapsed time from 7:30 a.m. to 2:50 p.m. That's basically the time that we spend in school, isn't it? So let's see how many hours and minutes that is. The first thing we want to put down is our timeline. Obviously, we're moving forward. If we start at 7:20 and we're moving towards 2:50 p.m., we're moving forward in time. So our timeline is going to move forward as well. And our starting time is 7:30 a.m. Now on this one, I don't have hours and minutes that I'm having to count out. It gives me an end time. So I'm going to come to the other end of my timeline and I'm going to write 2:50. So this one's a little bit different than what we worked in class, isn't it? Because now I'm jumping hours and minutes to another specific time. So let's go ahead. Remember, we jump hours first, and those are our mountains. So I'm going to go ahead and jump, 3 hours. I know I can do that pretty easily. And that's going to be 10:30 a.m. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to jump another 2 hours. And that's going to put me at 12:30, but I know when I jump over that 12, something happens. It was a.m., now it's got to be p.m. All right, so I've got 2 hours. I can do 2 more hours. Remember, your hours are your mountains. I'm trying to get all the way to 2:50. 12:30 plus 2 more hours is going to be 2:30. And then I've got to figure out, to get to 2:50, how many minutes do I need? I'm at 30. I know 30 plus 20 minutes. So I'm going to make my hill, because my minutes are in a hill, not a mountain. They're smaller. 20 minutes. Now what I can do to go back to answer my question is I can look at all of the mountains and hills and add them together. So I'm going to add 3 plus 2 is 5 plus 2 more is 7 hours. So I'm going to write 7 hours. But I'm not done, because I can't forget these minutes here. 7 hours and 20 minutes. That's how much time we spend at school. Now remember, that includes recess and lunch and switching and specials and all the fun things we get to do during the day. All right, I'm going to give you one I want you to try and see if you can do this one on your own. Okay, here's your problem. You're going to start at 8:15 a.m. and you're going to work until 5:45 p.m. How much time is that? I already started out your timeline moving forward in time. Remember this one, you're going to have to add your end time and figure out the time in between. Pause the video and solve your problem. Okay, here's what I got. I hope you paused the video. I got 9 hours and 30 minutes. Now yours might be broken up differently than mine are, and that's okay. You may have done smaller hours and just had more mountains or more hills. It doesn't matter how you do it. It matters how much time you got. Everybody should have gotten 9 hours and 30 minutes. All right, let's try one more. All right, let's look at this problem. We're going to end at 4:50. Practice was 3.5 hours. What time did we start? So you're going to go back in time And we know we ended at 4:50. But now we don't have an end time to put in there. We're trying to figure out what the end time is. So let's pull out our hours and minutes. We have 3 hours. And that half would be 30 minutes. That's right. So let's go ahead and jump that. Pause the video. See if you can find out the time. And once you've got it, push start again and see if you got it correct. Go ahead now. Pause the video. Okay, how'd you do? I went ahead and just jumped all 3 hours at once and the 30 minutes at once because I knew I could do that in my head. And then I ended up at 120. Again, much easier than trying to add or subtract. All right, let's try one more and see how you do. All right, we're going to figure out the time that I slept from 10:15 to 7:25 a.m. And this is moving forward. I went to bed. Whoops, here's my start time, 10:15 p.m. And I woke up, my ending time is 7:25 a.m. So I've got that AM and PM change going on. Remember, I'm going to start with my hours. I'm going to use my mountains and my hills. So please go ahead, pause the video, and work these with me, or work them on your own, and then come back and check with me. Make sure to pause the video. Okay, is this what you got, or something like it? Remember, you may have broken your hours and minutes up differently. That's okay. But now it's time to come back and count what we have here to figure out how many hours we did sleep. So I know my hours are in the mountains. 3 plus 5 is 8 plus 1 is 9. That's 9 hours, and there's just one hill, 10 minutes. So I'm going to come back and write 9 hours, 10 minutes. I bet you got that one too. All right. Very good. I'm going to give you a couple I want you to try on your own so that you can bring those to class tomorrow. Okay, here's 3 problems for you to find the elapsed time on your own. Find the elapsed time of 55 minutes after 6:45 p.m. What time would that be? Draw me a timeline. Yes, draw a timeline. How much time would have elapsed to make 6 batches of cookies if each batch took an hour and a quarter minutes? There you would probably start at 0, right? You're trying to figure out how much time passed for this whole thing. Yes, you're going to make a timeline. I would start my time at 0. Number 3, the elapsed time from 11:35 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Do that. Have that in your binder when you come to class tomorrow, and I will see you then. Have a great night. Bye-bye.